Alright guys, we are now going to get ready and put some potting soil in the new greenhouse. That's one reason I put the bigger doors on that greenhouse, was to be able to get some pallets of soil in there. We're going to have 0-degree weather coming up, and we need to get it in there and get it thawed out to be ready to start mixing next week. So that is the plan. So that's what we're into here today. We're going to try to get that soil in there and get the furnace on just a little bit. So you can bring y'all along with us here. We had 18 degrees here last night, and I'll tell you, once you get these pallets froze, these pallets of dirt froze completely through, it just takes forever to get them thawed out. So I've had some terrible experiences trying to handle these things a bale at a time, getting them in a greenhouse and getting them thawed out so that you can mix them. That's what we're trying to avoid now, and we're going to get them set in there. Got a little bit of snow coming down here today, and it looks like we're going to get a little bit each day coming up, and then maybe quite a bit coming up Tuesday. So just had a baby calf born last night, and that was kind of we had a beautiful day yesterday, and she waits till last night to have that calf. That's the way the mom talks. She's okay. It all turned out all right. All right, I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. We'll see how that goes. I'm a tightwad. Need to invest in some better mounting equipment. Squared up a little better here. Yeah, that'll work. Get our first plants in here about the 1st of February. Looks like maybe the first plug shipment will come in on right around the 4th. That all kind of depends on the weather. And then we need some 45 to 50 degree weather to be able to haul our ferns in, buy our ferns in pre-finished in baskets. And got to have around 50 degrees to be able to do that safely. So hopefully that will happen right around the 4th or 5th also. See how that goes. When those plugs come in, we need to be ready. We fill our Blue Master baskets first, and it'll take a whole pallet of soil to do that, and we need a lot of dirt hauled out and ready to go when those first plants get here, because we've got to get those Blue Masters planted quick and start pushing them, because they need to be big. Just got the furnace rolling here in the new greenhouse yesterday, so just in the nick of time we got heat in there. That'll be a big help. Make life a little bit easier here. It's gonna be a tight fit. Not so sure that this many bales will fit in here. There's only one way to find out. looks like I'm going to have to take another row off of here, so that ain't no problem. I'll get right on it. I'll get back with you here in a minute. All right, that's that. All right, while I've got you in here in the new greenhouse, I thought maybe we'd take a little walk around and I would show you the finished product. We just really got it done yesterday. Finally got the furnace going, and I thought I'd show you why. And I've done some of the things differently that I've done in the past. The first thing I've done differently is I put big doors on it. This is 20 years, I guess, we've been in the greenhouse business, and I've always regretted not having a bigger door in my others. I've just got man doors in the others, and you know, to be able to do something like this is just priceless in this kind of weather. You can't imagine how much easier it makes life if you've got soil that's thawed out and ready to use when you need it. So that was the first thing that we did, and so far it's worked out all right. I wish I had made it about 2 or 3 inches taller, but really there wasn't a lot of room to work with as far as framing it in, so kind of did the best that we could do. But let me see, we decided to just go with benches on the curtain sides. And we've got a row of just pallet benches that I've built there. Can't get any cheaper than that. I think it's $1 a foot is how that price is out by the time you buy the landscaping timbers and the blocks, if you can come across some pallets somewhere. Did that on each side. I think I'm going to leave the floor clear in this greenhouse. This is really going to be mainly a vegetable house. We'll have other things in it early on, but when vegetables come on and they need to be in here, everything else will be out. So we're not going to hang very much up high. I'm not going to hang anything over the vegetables to shade them. That's been a problem for me in the past. I fill greenhouses up too full and the vegetables will stretch awful bad on you. So this house is dedicated just for all vegetables. There might be a few hanging baskets of tomatoes, but we're going to stick with vegetables in here. So we're going to leave the floor here clear, and that way I don't have to sacrifice any space. I'll grow a lot of my plants right on the floor, and then I'll retail them off of the benches where they can be marked, organized, and easy for the customer to sort through and find. It'll be signed. So that's what we're going to do. The ones that are ready to sell will be up on the benches. The ones that will grow will be on the floor. So that's my thinking, and I can save a lot of space if I'm just growing on the floor, if I'm not having to make walkways and that. So we should have 10 foot by 60 foot, just nothing but growing area. So that'll be a big help for me. All right, we got the circulating fans in here. If you're not familiar with how a greenhouse is built, you always got to have air moving in a greenhouse, especially when the plants get in here. I probably won't use them maybe as much when I'm just trying to thaw out soil, but when the plants get in here, you need to have those fans moving. Some air. You'll cut down a lot on disease. The humidity level will drop. You got to keep air moving. So that's what they are. I've got them in go and blow in different directions. One on that end and one on that end. And since this is just a 60-foot greenhouse, 60 by 24, 2 fans is plenty. Now we've got all of our thermostats back here together on the back wall so that they can all run the same. We think that it's better if you keep them all in the same place, and that way they all work together. You're not having temperature fluctuations from one to the other. So we put those all together here on the back wall. And you want to be sure and try to get them in a spot where the sun's not going to hit them. That makes a huge difference. A lot of times the sun comes out in the morning. If it hits the wrong thing first, you'll run into some problems. So that was our thinking there. Basically, we're just going to run water over here from the other greenhouse. We have our fertilizer injectors and everything in the other greenhouse, and we like to control all that from one spot. So we just run a hose. It's only just a few feet over there. So we run a hose in here from there, and that's how we'll get water in here. Now the furnace is an LB White furnace, and if you've been following my channel, it is pretty much a 99% fuel efficient. But it also, I've had some problems with it burning plants from, I guess it's carbon dioxide. It's a little bit rich and it'll burn the plants. So that is the reason I have decided I built a shed just outside of this greenhouse, and I put the furnace outside and then kind of boxed it in here. So we got her going yesterday, and we got good heat coming out of there right now. So far so good. I'm hoping that will help on plant burning. We'll see. I'm not going to have a tremendous amount of heat in this greenhouse because we're going to be coming in here late. It'll probably be, for the most part, it'll be the 1st of March before we're in this greenhouse, and a lot of the plants will need to be run pretty cool anyway, so I don't think the furnace should be a problem. We'll see. I'm hoping that'll fix that problem. We got roll-up curtains on each side. Once we get into the through hot season, I should be able to roll those curtains up and turn everything off, and it'll cool itself. Since it's just 24 feet wide, and that is a 5-foot curtain, I really think that it'll cool itself and we'll be in good shape. Usually we have, in the other greenhouses, we'll have plants hanging up high and they'll tendency to burn or get too hot. In this greenhouse we won't have that, so I think we'll be off-grid practically in this greenhouse come spring. So anyway, that's just a few things that we've done different. Of course, we put crusher run down, a lot of fill dirt to level this spot, and then the Typar fabric on top of it. Crusher run will set up just about like concrete once it dries, but yet it still allows the water to soak through. So that's how we do it. So any of you guys out there, that's of course, this one more thing, but this is a 2-layer of plastic greenhouse. We do a layer and then we do an inflation between the 2 layers, and kind of puffs it out like a balloon. There's a little inflation blower right there. And then the jumper hoses hit the corner pockets, and that inflates them out to the curtain. Keeps that nice and tight so air can't get in on the corners. So there's 2 layers and a pocket of air between to kind of help insulate. So anyway, I think I've jawed enough. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch up with you on the next video.